Hello, this is Carmen Davenport of Black Dollar Indie, and you have tuned in to Get the Bag, Business, Assets, and Gains, where we talk to local businesses about their successes and their struggles. And maybe you get tips about how to put success in your bag. Today on Get the Bag, we have Tyler Savage, creator and owner of Savage Shots Photography.
Yes, yes, that sounds so good. Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you?
I am great.
Good.
Before we get started, I just want you guys to know that during our free business training classes, each participant, each graduate got a marketing kit, and part of that marketing kit was a professional headshot. And Savage Shots actually did those professional headshots for us, and they were amazing.
Aww.
They were amazing. Everybody needs a professional headshot.
Absolutely.
Plug.
Absolutely.
Plug. So,
yes. Yes.
So before we dig in, I always like to talk about the person behind the product or service. So tell us who Tyler is.
Tyler is just a girl that is just out here trying to figure it out. I'm out here trying to do God's work. I am just out here, trying to live right and do right by my family, my children. I want them to see that you can be who exactly you want to be and what you want to be. So
Absolutely.
I'm a girl, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a photographer, I'm a friend, a sister. So I'm all the things.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So how did you come up with Savage Shots Photography? Like, what made you want to get into photography?
Yeah. I don't have like this super special story, but I just got into taking pictures on my phone. I was always, it's always take my picture. I was that girl, and I told my husband, I said, I think I want a camera. So he bought me a camera, and it was Christmas. He bought my camera for Christmas, and I was going around the house just taking pictures. And then my sister-in-law, she was graduating that year with her master's, and she was like, can you take my pictures? And I was like, yeah, I can take your pictures. And from there, it was just on and popping. I was licensing people to become foster parents, and I had done that for 5 years. I went to college and everything, and I got into photography on the side. And I told my husband, I said, I'm about to quit. I'm gonna quit my job. Because that right there, I was also recruiting people to become foster parents, but my creativity was limited because I was under somebody else.
Right.
But photography gave me full-blown creativity, and I'm like, I'm more interested in this. And it's been 5.5 years, and I haven't looked back since.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that a scary time?
Oh,
though,
absolutely.
To go from...
Absolutely. It was right after COVID. We were still kind of in COVID. People were working from home and still wearing masks. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to just do it. My motto that year when I walked out was faith over fear. And I've been living by that ever since.
I love
that.
faith
over fear, because you can't have both. You can't do both. If you believe in God, and I am a firm believer in God, you can't do both. So I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you.
Faith over fear.
Faith over fear.
I think that is where a lot of people live.
Yeah.
Is in fear.
In fear.
Yeah, because you get so used to your 9 to 5.
Yes.
You know you're getting a check on
bi-weekly
this date.
checks.
You
Yes.
know, absolutely.
Yes.
And with business, not really knowing, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen.
Absolutely. It's a real thing. Still, to this 5 years in, that has been one of my biggest struggles. And sorry if I'm jumping the gun.
No, you're good.
But it looks different. Coming off COVID, we had stimulus checks. We had, bigger tax checks, and, people were spending money a little bit differently. And then the next year, gas is higher, groceries are higher. And photography is a luxury for a lot of people. And so I'm put on the back burner. So I'm like, oh, am I going to have to get another job? And so it looks different every single year as far as I've been in that. And it can be scary, especially if you don't have a village. Thankfully, I do have that.
Well, how has being a Black business shaped your strategies and opportunities?
Oh, it's actually been amazing, because I have connected with so many Black vendors that I didn't know of before. And so they think they're hiring me to come in to work their service, but I'm actually like, well, what do you do? Like, it's decorated nice in here. What do you do? And I worked with doctors and lawyers and, and so these connects where sometimes we don't always see Black people in higher places. And so it's just been beautiful, like just to see that there are a lot of Black businesses out here. For so long, we've been comfortable choosing, other businesses. So it's just been beautiful to connect and work with these other businesses and just to be a part of that group and that community.
So what has been your biggest success to date?
Still being in business, still being afloat.
Yeah.
5.5 years, and Pumpkin, I am YouTube taught. I am not gonna lie. Like, I am YouTube taught, and through trial and error, I'm like, okay, that didn't work. Let me do this again. Or I'll call somebody I know, like, what do you think about this? What does this look like? And so that, like, there is no orientation. When you go into the corporate world, you are training for 2 weeks and you're out there and you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea. Sometimes still, I'm like, what is this? Oh, that looked nice. Like, yeah, I did that.
Wow.
And so that is a success for me, to still be going, to still be chosen. Like, that is such a huge success for me.
It.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
YouTube talk, huh?
I am YouTube University. Do you hear me? Like,
that is a thing,
yeah,
right?
it is a thing for me. Like, for me, yeah, YouTube has taught me. Of course, I've had people along the way that say, like, don't do this, do that. If I meet them at different events and stuff, they can guide me a little bit. But for the most part, I am YouTube taught. And I have a college degree and everything. So coming from that, licensing people to be foster parents, from social work to something, I don't know. I was just interested in it, and I did it. And I'm still here.
And you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so
amazing
much.
job. I can say that a lot of times when somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a photographer.
Yeah.
Savage shots,
Yes.
Savage shots, all up and down the page.
That's such a success.
It
because
is amazing.
When I first started, it was me. I would hop in people's inboxes. I would say, I'll do this for you. And I was working for free at first because I needed to get this on my resume. I needed to say, I've done a maternity shoot. I've done an event. And so I needed to do that at first. And then so now just to have people speaking for me, oh, that's amazing. That's such an amazing feeling.
Edna Martin Christian Center presents the 2025 Entrepreneurship Showcase, May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center, 1616 East 25th Street. Multiple vendors selling products and services, food, fun, music, and networking. Did I mention free? Yes, it's free for the entire family. So come out and support May 10th from 11 to 4 at the Frederick Douglass Park Family Center. Sponsored by IAAQLI. So I want to talk about networking a little bit. How important, and I think this is something that the people would absolutely appreciate, but how important is it for you to network in the field that you're in?
It's so important. And that is my weak point. I'm not even going to lie. Networking is my weak point because as I've gotten older and had children, I have become more introverted, like social anxiety. I don't know what it is about me being a mother now. I worry about everything. But networking, it's a tough subject for me because that's my struggle point. But it is so important. Like when I do just talk and speak up and say, hey, do you need this? Like, it pays off. It really pays off. But I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, networking, it is so important.
Really important.
It really is. I wouldn't have met you if I didn't network. You remember I came to your a trunk or treat, and I just took your picture.
You did.
I had a strategy in mind. I'm like, I need to know her. And then you turn around for your 50th birthday party.
I did.
You booked me for your 50th birthday party. So just like that, like it's so important. And
I remember that.
It's so important.
It's so funny because I don't even think I was necessarily looking for a photographer.
See?
And all of a sudden, you're just like,
let me take your picture.
Let me take your picture. And you're just taking pictures all over the place. And I'm like, man. And then when I saw the quality of your photos and your ability to capture like the moment, I was like, I have to have
I
her at
gotta
my
have her.
50th birthday party.
Yes.
That is a milestone, and I want her to
And
be
we've
there.
been connected since.
Ever since.
Yes.
Ever
And I
since.
appreciate you so much. I appreciate you and your platform so
No,
much.
I appreciate you and all that you do for other people, just capturing those moments. And um, those are things that last a lifetime. And
A
people will
lifetime.
never, ever, ever, ever forget what you made them feel and how you made them look in those
A
moments. So,
lifetime.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How do you tend to connect with your customers and the community? What's kind of your strategy, your go-to to connect with everybody?
I am super big on social media, Facebook in
Mm,
particular. I also have Instagram, but Facebook is it for me because you can share something on Facebook and it can keep going and going and going. You don't even know who sees it. But now, since I'm a little bit more established in not only do I do social media, but I have a website as well. And that has really helped because people are looking for particular things. And on my, so say you go to my Facebook page, what you might see is like a baby picture, like most recently what I've done. But if you're looking for wedding, you don't want to see that baby. So you can just go to my website and click the link, and then it'll be exactly what you're looking for. So that has been huge.
And are there specific photo types that you don't do? Like, do you do what is the boudoir pictures?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Is
Yes.
that what it's called? The boudoir
Yep.
pictures?
I do all things people. So anything that has to deal with people, I will do it. But I don't do like branding when it comes to like merchandise. So if
Okay.
you wanted to, your clothing line, if you wanted to launch that, there has to be a model in the clothing for me to do it. So I don't do anything
Got you.
yeah, things like that.
Okay.
Toothpaste and foods and all that kind of stuff. I don't touch that.
All things people.
All things people.
All things
All things people.
people. No animals.
Nope. I don't really like the animals. I don't really do the animals like the little Yorkies, yeah, but if your pit bull is 75 pounds, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. You love your baby. I don't. Like, I ain't doing it. All things people.
And you're photography only?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't do any videography
No.
or cinematography?
None of it.
Any of that? Just
Nope.
photos, people only?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes,
I love
ma'am.
it. I love it. Now, how can people get in touch with Savage Shots?
On Facebook at Savage Shots. You can find me on Instagram at Savage Shots Photography, and my website. That's a little bit longer, but if you go to one of my social sites, then you can just click on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And so we always talk about get the bag, right?
Yeah.
Business assets, and you kind of told us what your biggest asset is,
Yeah.
right? What is your biggest gain?
I think my biggest gain is the people. The people that I've met, like the people that I've encountered, it really is my biggest gain. And the joy I get from it, because I am not just going to clock into a 9 to 5 and hate and being there. Like, I am literally getting joy from it. And I think it shows when you say, I capture the moment or the memory. It's because I'm passionate. I am passionate about photography. I love it so much. So I think that's my biggest gain for me and my clients. Like,
Yeah.
for both of us.
Yeah.
So we both enjoy. It's a win-win for both of us, and that's a gain for me.
And I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. You also did me and my daughter's
Absolutely.
photos. And
Yes, ma'am.
you just bring so much energy and
Yeah.
joy. And when we left, my daughter was like, oh my God, I like her.
Don't make me cry. I'm a crier too, Pumpkin. Don't make me cry. But yes, I like her too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what advice would you give other young people who want to get into photography, or they want to start a business,
Yeah.
or they're in business and they really want to step outside of the corporate world,
Yeah.
right? What advice could you give other businesses in terms of that? What should they remember?
If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Mm.
Stay the course. It's gonna be hard times. It's gonna be lower times. It's gonna be financial decreases. It's not always gonna be cute. Peaches and cream, roses. You're gonna deal with some people who are not your cup of tea, but stay the course. Like, to see and reap your benefits, you have to keep going. You have to keep going.
You heard it here. You heard it here. Again, this is Tyler Savage of Savage Shots Photography, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Carmen Davenport from Black Dollar Indie, and you have just seen Get the Bag, Business Assets and Gains.